I broke the rule. It was 11:40 p.m., and I was working hard on a project on 14th Street, heading downtown. The train was already moving slowly. My car was empty. On the far bench by the doors sat a guy in a dark jacket with the hood pulled low over his face. He was quietly muttering something to himself. I, tired as a dog, plopped down on the seat next to the doors, with my back to him. There was about 20 meters of empty space between us. The train pulled away. In the pitch-black night, only I was reflected in the windows, and a little further on, his hunched figure, I buried my face in my phone. After a couple of stops, the car became cold, not just cool damp like a basement. I looked up. The air conditioning wasn't working. And then I heard it. His muttering grew a little louder, clearer. He was repeating the same thing, a phrase, not a prayer. Something like, "Don't look back, don't look back, don't look back." A shiver ran down my spine. I pretended to be even more immersed in my phone. At the next stop, the doors opened, and two girls got on. They walked forward into the next car. The doors closed. His muttering faded. There was silence, the hum of wheels, the grinding, and a new sound, a grinding. The soft sound of a fingernail on the plastic of a seat. It was coming from there, from the other end of the car. Once, twice, then rhythmically. I froze. I saw his silhouette reflected in the window. He didn't move, but the sound continued. Scratching, scratching, scratching. Right behind me? Impossible. He was so far away. Then a smell appeared. At first, just the smell of old clothes from someone else's closet. Then the sweet smell of a damp basement, earth, and copper. You know how a coin smells when you hold it in your hand for too long? That smell. I bit my lip until it hurt. Next stop, 34th Street, Penn Station. The doors opened. No one got on. I needed to get up and get out. Just get up and get out. But my body wouldn't obey. Numbness. The doors closed. The train jerked forward. And then I heard his voice from behind. Quiet, hoarse, without intonation. "You should have gotten out." He wasn't 20 meters away. He was right behind me. I felt a cold breath on my neck. The smell of damp earth and copper became suffocating. I didn't turn around. I was looking at my reflection in the dark window. Directly behind my reflection, half a meter away, hung a pale, oval, hooded face. Faceless. Just a pale, blurry blur. "No one else will get on this car," the voice whispered. "It's ours now. Until the end of the line." I couldn't breathe. I watched the stations flash by outside the window. 42nd Street, Times Square, 50th Street. People on the platforms. But no one got on our car. As if they didn't see it, or saw something else. "They see the car is full," the voice said, as if reading my thoughts. "They won't find a place to stay." I felt a cold, lifeless weight on my shoulder, as if someone had laid a hand on it. Through my jacket, I felt not fingers, but something sharp and bony. "The next stop is the last," the voice whispered. 59th Street, Columbus Circle. After that, the train station. It's dark there. No one will bother us there. We can get to know each other better. I realized that if I reached the end of the line, I'd never get out. The train would be stopped at the station for the night. Stopped, and I'd be stuck there, with it. There was only one chance left. A leap, in motion, between stations. Madness, almost certain death. But death there, at the station, in the dark, with this, was worse. I mustered all my willpower. I found the keys in my pocket and clenched them in my fist, the tips sticking out between my fingers. I needed to distract him for a second. "Why? Why me?" I whispered with difficulty. "You turned around?" the voice replied, a childish resentment in its tone. "At the 14th Street station, when you boarded, you looked at me. You saw me. Now you're my companion. Until the end." I didn't turn around. I remembered I caught a glimpse of a hunched figure as I boarded the train. passing by for a moment. The train began to slow. The final stop was approaching. The station lights flickered in the window. I darted, not forward toward the door, but sideways into the aisle between the seats, away from where he stood. I flew into the adjacent car where two girls were sitting. They looked at me in surprise. There, in that car, I began, out of breath. "There's no one there," one of the passengers said indifferently, looking at the empty car through the glass partition. "You were the only passenger." I turned around. Through the glass, I saw my car. It was empty, completely empty. On the seat where I was sitting lay only a crumpled newspaper. The train stopped. The doors opened. I jumped out onto the platform, barely able to stand. I reached home, half conscious. I felt something unfamiliar in my jacket pocket. I pulled it out. An old metro pass with a completely unfamiliar name on it. It had expired 10 years ago. On the back, written in a childish hand, was the words, "Don't look back." I haven't ridden the metro late at night since, but sometimes, when I'm walking down a dark street and hear footsteps behind me, I remember his voice. "And the rule?" he said. "You turned around." But I didn't. I just caught a glimpse of him. That was enough. Now, not only do I not turn around when I sense someone standing behind me, I don't even look at reflections in shop windows, because he, or people like him, could be anywhere. They just need to be in your line of sight to catch your attention. And then they board your train and ride with you until the last stop